Frankie at the Champion Soccer Academy with a quick video about our Rising Star Challenge. This is the 12-month scholarship we're giving away called the Game Changer. And the Rising Star Challenge is the competition to decide which player is going to receive that scholarship. So I know it's an unbelievable opportunity. It's the ultimate scholarship where the successful player, is going to have access to some of the best coaches in the country, work on not only their ball skills, their game understanding, their fitness, their confidence, their attitude, the whole shebang. And I want to tell you as well the reason why we're doing this. It's been January 2011. So in January coming up, it'll be 7 years since I left Swansea City, and it's absolutely flown by. And that's one of the main reasons why I set up the Champion Soccer Academy, is to help players really understand what it takes to become the best player they possibly can be. A lot of parents are worried actually about, what if he doesn't make it and all this sort of stuff. And I can tell you, not just from my heart, but from speaking to a lot of players who played at a decent level, didn't quite get to the level they really wanted to, is that's not the biggest regret. They don't regret the time they put in. What they regret is not really understanding what it was going to take, not committing themselves, not really doing all the things they need to do in order to thrive. Now, when I was a kid, coaching wasn't really a big thing, and it's one of the things that drove me into being a coach, because I think we all know intuitively the difference great coaching can make in our lives, not just on the pitch, but off it as well, in improving our confidence and all that stuff. But the main thing is, I think there's two things that any player who's trying to make their way in the game needs, and it's very often at least one of them is missing, sometimes two. Number one, you need someone who really understands the game, and not just a little bit, but a lot. They need to understand everything you need to know about the game. And also they need to understand how it works, how you actually make progress in the game and get somewhere, like getting scouted and all that sort of stuff. So, someone who understands the politics of it all, the ins and outs, and the pitfalls to avoid, the mistakes, the common mistakes that a lot of people make and how to avoid them. And then those secrets of success that, I still call them secrets, because a lot of people, if they do know them, these secrets, they're not actually living by them. So and then that's the first thing. Then the second thing then is, once you've found someone who understands all that and can help you, it's someone who actually knows you, someone who understands what makes you tick and is prepared to work with you to help you get the best out of yourself over a period of time. And that can be a hard thing to find when a lot of players who are trying to make it are trying to jump into this team and that team, and they're going for this trial and that trial. And the problem with that is everyone else is clambering for those places. So it becomes a competitive environment. It becomes, they're going into places where they're there to perform. And you're either good enough or you're not good enough. You're either in the team or you're out of the team. You've either got enough talent, whatever talent means, or you haven't. And then, the problem with that is that it's sink or swim. At that moment in time, you're either good enough or you're not good enough. Now, of course, we're doing a challenge where we're only going to pick one player per age group. So the nature of it is that, some people are going to be disappointed. The difference in the way that we are going to do it, and this is why we're only taking on a small amount of players, is that everybody, we want to give a great experience. We're going to give some fantastic training with some of the best coaches in the area across the country. We're going to give real results, actual facts on things like fitness, how close that player is to academy standard in terms of their fitness. And, we're going to give a lot of feedback to the players that are coming in as well. So everybody who gets selected for the Rising Star Challenge, because you do have to apply, and what we don't want to do is waste the time of players and parents who are sort of, not at the level that you need to be at to qualify for the challenge. Because if you're a local player just starting out in the game and you're doing okay at local level, but you're not ready to step up to an academy, probably way off academy level, then this isn't for you. We want you to carry on enjoying that level. We do have a foundation program at TCSA where you can get 2 free sessions with us to try it out. So for those, if you're that kind of player, then we do cater for you, just not in this Rising Star Challenge, and you do get 2 free weeks of coaching with us. You just need to go to our website, tcsa.co.uk. The Rising Star Challenge is for players who are almost there. They've really got something about them. They've got a passion. They've got potential. There's really a glint in their eye, a spark in their eye when it comes to the game, and they're standing out at club level. They might have been taken in already to a development centre, might have already had trials with pro clubs, although that is not an absolute necessary requirement. But you know, the chances are that this player has had some of that experience, and for whatever reason is not quite there. There's only 2, well, 3 if you count Newport pro clubs in South Wales. If you look at other parts of the country, like say Manchester, you know, London, for example, there's loads and loads of clubs that you could get picked up by, and that's also one reason why a lot of players slip through the net. They just don't get the opportunity to show what they can do. So the Rising Star Challenge is about giving players the opportunity to come in and experience the best of the best coaching. You know, that was one of the big things with me when I was a kid, trying to make my way in the game. Number one, I just wasn't fit enough. I just wasn't strong enough. I didn't know how to get fit. You know, strength training wasn't a big thing in football at the time. It still isn't in a lot of cases. But to me, I know it's massive. You know, it's one of the reasons why we have our own strength and conditioning coaches. You know, there were other aspects of my game I needed to work on, but I didn't get the help with as well. And, you know, I was probably like hundreds of others my age who would have gone a lot further if I would have had that opportunity to train and be coached by people who really know what they're doing and really dedicated their lives to it like we have at TCSA. So there's a closing date for applications. All you need to do is comment yes down below, and then we will send you the instructions to apply. But those that application needs to be in, there's a specific email address to send it to, and which we're going to send through to you via direct message on Facebook. So please, once you've had the details back, don't message us back, because we're only going to be checking the email address that we're going to direct you to when we send you the application details, if that makes sense. So the closing date is the 20th of October. So you need to get your yes comment in down below a lot sooner than that to give you a chance to go through the application. There's a number of questions to go through. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I can tell you that we want to only be taking on players and parents who are committed. So, you know, that's modern football really. Players need parents who are committed, open-minded, because we're going to be taking the players through things that perhaps you haven't done before. It's a big thing with parents where, you know, in order to get the best out of your child, we need to be able to work with you as well. So we need to understand that you're open to that. And there's a number of other questions as well, just to check that you're right for the challenge. We will respond to everyone. We won't necessarily give feedback as to why you haven't made it through to the challenge. But of course, like I say, anyone who isn't successful, will give you an invite into the free confidence and skills boosting sessions in our foundation program when we do that. So good luck to everyone. Thank you to everyone who's already applied. We've been reading through some of the applications. We'll be getting through all of them just after the 20th. So please be patient if you put your application in. We're not going to be doing any responses yet until we've got all the applications in. So comment yes down below. You may see the opportunity to apply through other channels, you know, publicity that we are going to be putting out, so that you'll see the email on there. But if you're seeing this on Facebook, then you need to comment yes below this status, and we'll send the application details through to you. Thank you very much. All the best. Speak to you soon.